Huckabee. The only thing he can do is talk like a preacher. They said, Mitt Romney said to him in a debate, yes or no, you raised taxes when you were governor in Arkansas. The fucking guy could not answer the question. The guy could, this Huckabee guy, Mike Huckabee, could not answer the question. He goes, you know what he goes? I did what's good for families, and unless the Republican Party stands by families, I can't.
It always brings it back to some moral.
Everybody stands for family.
Yeah, who doesn't stand for family? It's like listening to this guy go, Ashe. This guy, he's such a lightweight that there is no way he will be the nominee for the Republican Party.
You think not?
There is no fucking way.
I think we'd be a lot safer with him than with Mitt Romney, Howard. Mitt Romney's the kind of guy that will say anything to anybody. He's a George Bush type of...
Mitt Romney is creepy as far as I'm concerned, but I would take him over Huckabee. Now,
you can't have somebody in there that's too overly religious. It just doesn't work.
John McCain... By the way,
it should be John McCain.
Well,
why are we even dealing with these other people?
He fucked it up 8 years ago. He didn't have the nuts to stand up to Bush 4 years ago.
That's right. John McCain, by the way, is looking very, very old. And I know it's not a beauty contest, but Jesus Christ, he just seems like he's kind of a fossil. I still say
he
Rudy...
is saying at some points he's trying to hint around he didn't only serve one term because people are so worried about his age.
I still think Rudy is the best candidate for the Republican Party.
He seems to be wilting.
Ron Paul.
I don't know if he really wants it. Ron Paul, I got to tell you about this guy, Ron Paul. He's fantastic. The Republicans, for some reason, they laugh at him all the time. But meanwhile, he did pretty good in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, he's a Republican. And he says, listen, I become president, I'm taking us out of Iraq. I'm taking us out of everywhere in the world. He goes, what good has it done us being in these fucking Middle Eastern countries?
They all hate us.
He goes, they hate us. I'm taking us out of all these wars, and we're done. He goes, and I'm not an isolationist. I'm not afraid to use the military where it's needed. But he said to sit in here in these extended fucking wars, drain the economy. And he goes, and if we stay or we leave, the same goddamn thing happens. Nothing. So let's leave. And people love this guy when he talks. He makes sense.
Well, where are the votes?
Well,
who is he, Howard?
I don't know who this guy is.
Is he a governor?
I heard him speak.
He's a congressman from Texas.
Okay. I heard him speak, and I said, this guy should be getting more airtime.
All right, let me ask you a question about the Republicans. What's this whole Bloomberg thing? Is he going to skulk around and see if nothing happens and then try to jump in?
What he's going to do is perhaps consider... You know what I'm digging is that Ron Paul guy. But I don't think he's got a shot.
Now, I don't know what Ron Paul looks like. I keep seeing his signs.
I didn't know anything about him until a couple of days ago. I was watching something on Fox News. Whether it was not Bill O'Reilly, but it was something else. And they were interviewing Ron Paul. And I sat there, I figured he's just like some kooky right-wing, Republican.
Uh-huh.
So I'm listening to the dude, and afterwards, Beth is sitting next to me, and I didn't say anything, and then all of a sudden I went, I think I agreed with everything that dude just said. and then she goes, I did too. I go, I don't know who that guy is. He wants us out of Iraq. Day one.
And he's a Republican.
He's a Republican. I just found out yesterday, because somebody wrote me after I talked about the guy, that he's the only, I guess at the time he was a congressman, he's the only one who stood up for us about the FCC, saying that they should have complete freedom on the radio.
Really?
And he's for abolishing the FCC.
Uh-oh.
I
just might have to vote Ron Paul.
The guy, but a lot of people wrote me about him. And I was like, wow, this guy, I have to say, I said, I don't know who he is, but he's pretty bright, and he's making a lot of sense. Let's see, I got a whole bunch of letters, too, people saying thank you for the positive input on Dr. Paul. I guess he's a doctor.
Oh. Is he a PhD or an MD?
Hope he's an MD. He's the only one that can help America heal. I'm a Dr. Ron Paul supporter and have been canvassing at home in Arkansas and sending letters to other states during the revolution. Somebody says, he's a real person, the best interests of America. Please allow him on your show.
Well, let's have him on.
He's a libertarian-minded Republican who has captured the fire and imagination of a lot of younger voters on the Internet, curing their voter apathy. This is evidenced by the fact that Dr. Paul raised more money in a single day than any other presidential candidate. Here's a guy from Canada. He's a Canadian citizen, and he's trying to get Ron Paul elected. So, I don't know. I just happened to hear the guy talk, and everything he said I kind of agreed with, which was weird. because I don't know anything about the dude. But I don't think he's got, I mean, I don't know. I don't see him being taken seriously, which is a shame. Oh, Ron Paul was an MD. He's a U.S. Air Force flight surgeon.
A real doctor.
Yeah. You know, he's not a fake doctor like Dr. Phil.
I want to thank you for the kind words about Ron Paul yesterday. We're all supporting Ron Paul.
You too, Bubba? You supporting Ron Paul?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I wish you could put Ron Paul's message in Mitt Romney's body.
Yeah, well, Mitt Romney is like the best-looking candidate.
Yeah, he's polished, he's smooth, he could probably get some bitches, but I mean, but Ron Paul's got the best message, but Mitt Romney's got the best delivery.
Brent, why is Ron Paul not getting any kind of play in the media? I mean, I happened to see the guy interviewed for the first time ever 3 days ago. I was laying in bed and I go,
Is he a part of the debates even?
Yeah, he won just about every debate, and he was on Meet the Press, and he filleted Tim Russert.
So why is he not catching on? Because I sat there and I go, man, I agree with everything this guy's saying.
Because he looks like your grandfather.
And he doesn't placate to the media. Right. The thing is he has these beliefs that are traditional Republican beliefs, which is less government. I'm getting ready to go live on TV in 40 seconds.
Oh, are you? And Ralph has a quick question. That's a good one. Go ahead. What is it? Go ahead.
Quick question. I think Penn's a really smart guy. I like that little show a lot, too.
Thank you.
Who do you support for president?
All right, you got to make a choice, Penn. Come on, don't cop out and say, oh, I can't follow this thing. Who is the person you're supporting? Don't give us a kooky answer.
Well, Huckabee's a bass player. We've never had that
I don't care what he is.
Either Hillary or Obama give us history. That's great. But I've got to say, even with the newsletters that are so horrible, I've got to go with the biggest nut you can have. Give me in the choice, which is Ron Paul.
Ron Paul. Well, I've been listening to a lot of stuff he says, and it's pretty intriguing.
He's not nutty. I mean,
he claims he didn't write those letters.
He did not write them. We know that for a fact.
Yeah, I didn't even think about him. I saw him on TV about 2 weeks ago, and everything he said everything he said I agreed.
Why is it always the unelectable guy?
But he's not unelectable if we all vote for him, Robin.
Let's go right now.
Well, I have some words from him. He says he's electable, and he says if he's elected president next year, he doesn't want to run the economy. 1-5.
I'm pretty well equipped, but to brag that I can run things, I don't do that, because that's not what a president is supposed to do.
He's kind of a cool guy.
He doesn't think that the president should be running anything.
See, that's how I would run.
He doesn't want to be in people's personal lives, which I agree with, and he doesn't want to run the economy.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
But you don't know anything about the debate. You got completely distracted.
I heard some stuff, but like most of those guys seem to... Like Ron Paul, on paper, seems like the best candidate ever.
He says some good stuff.
He's just like, look, man, he goes... Here's the problem. It's not taxes and all of that. He goes, I believe in low taxes, even on the wealthiest individuals, because I'm telling you, we have to encourage business. We're a capitalist society. We have to encourage people starting businesses, not only making money, but holding on to their money. And we've got to get government out of the business of raising taxes and then misspending the money. And he immediately said, fuck all this. Here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to whack the budget like you've never seen. He's literally going to pull us out of every foreign country, our army. And immediately, now you have a surplus once you do that.
But you also have a war, a world that's gone to hell.
Well, maybe. But at least he's got, like, really solid, like, sort of positions. Whether you agree with him or not, that's your business. But no one takes him seriously.
No, it's just like he's talking, and can he shut up and let us get to the real candidate? Runner means the other guys are going to attack you. Right. Texas Congressman and Republican presidential hopeful Ron Paul was criticizing fellow candidate Newt Gingrich's lucrative contract with the government-backed Freddie Mac mortgage agency. Paul tells NBC's Meet the Press, Gingrich earned over $1 million of taxpayer money.
I would think morally, him having received this money, yes, I wouldn't have taken their money, just for the fact that I think it was an immoral thing.
Wow.
Paul confronted the former House Speaker on the issue at the most recent GOP presidential debate. For his part, Gingrich defends the Freddie Mac contract as a private business deal.
Wow. That guy Ron Paul's got a lot of cool shit to say.